Welcome back to my channel. This is actually my first video on this channel. If you enjoy the content, just like, subscribe and share the video. It will be very much appreciated. Love for the support. And even if you don't like the video, even if you don't enjoy the video, I beg your pardon, just still go ahead and like it, just for the support. And thank you for the support. Yeah, let's go. So we're going to start off with okay, let's just start off with the game. The game on Sunday against Liverpool, it ended in a draw 2-2. It was a tough game. We started well, first half played well, and then the first 40 minutes, it was actually good. It was brilliant football, side to side. Got the first goal. It was a brilliant goal. Martinelli, the form that he showed before the World Cup. And after the World Cup, he kind of like go down a little bit, a little dip. I think he's back in form now. So yeah, it was a good goal. A little pass from I think Ben White. Saka run through the inside and got the ball in to Odegaard, and Odegaard a through ball to Martinelli. Actually take a little deflection from Virgil van Dijk, and then Martinelli ran through, and the first touch to take that ball away from Van Dijk was good, was brilliant. And then it's just a cute little finish to the bottom corner. Yeah, it was a good goal. And then the second goal, Martinelli again, absolutely cooking Trent in that area of the pitch. It was smoking him. Yeah, the first half was good. Martinelli caught back in the outside and bring the cross through to Gabriel Jesus, and it was a magnificent header. And yeah, it was going well, playing the ball well, bopping them. And then the Xhaka incident happened, I think in the 41 minutes, I think so. One thing you don't want to do to Liverpool, because Liverpool, they're a very emotional team. So one thing you don't want to do is make the game an emotional game. And Xhaka absolutely did that. Arteta did it last year, and Xhaka did it this year. Riled the crowd, fired up the Liverpool players, and then it was a difficult game from there. Yeah, and then they got the goal. Poor goal to concede. We didn't follow the run of Robertson, and it was clean through, and the cutback from Henderson, and the missed shot from Henderson fall to the path of Salah, and then Salah just scored. So it was 2-1 at the break, and the halftime team talk completely changed. 2-0 down, I think we would have gone ahead and won that game. And then they scored, and 2-1, and then came back in the second half, and the second half was painful to watch. I was actually watching the game again last night, and the second half was painful. They dominated us. We couldn't get the ball. We were holding on. It was tough. So and they managed to get the second goal, and then we managed to hang on. Ramsey make some key saves, but in the end, I would say 2-2 is a fair result. We could have won it, but at the end, you could say we could have also lost it. So yeah, I think the result was fair. I'm disappointed. It felt like a loss, but maybe later on, would decide or would determine if a draw was actually a good result. or not. So yeah, and just a little breakdown of the game. I think our front players, sorry, I beg your pardon. I think our senior players didn't turn up. I think the only senior player that turned up was Gabby Jesus, and I would say Gabriel at the back. Yeah, and I will include Odegaard among the senior players as well. I don't think he turned up today. I don't think Odegaard turned up today. He was non-existent yet again in big away games. Yeah, he seemed to do this a lot. Big away games apart from Spurs away. And Partey didn't impose himself on the game enough. Ben White had a poor game. Xhaka was doing pretty well, I would say, before the incident with Trent, and then got the yellow card, and then it was a poor performance from then on from Xhaka. And our young players today didn't really turn up today, and I was looking at the experienced players to make it happen. The manager didn't help the team at all today, for just confidence and all that. And the manager, I think he was nervous today. I think the atmosphere got to the manager today. Usually you see him jumping and screaming at the touchline, always in the ears of the fourth official, always defending the team, fighting for the team. But today we didn't see fight from him today. And you look at him on the touchline, he was nervous, and I think that got through to the players. And you look at his in-game management. I would say Arteta, that is one of the big areas of his game that he needs to work on. Ever since he came to the club, I would say his in-game management. I've always taken note of that, and I'm sure some of you will agree to this, that his in-game management is poor, whether it be through substitution or just maybe tactical tweak or something. Yeah, the substitutions were poor today. Gabriel Jesus shouldn't be coming off that pitch for no reason. He looks hungry. He looks full of energy. He was holding the ball up. If we were going to do anything in that second half, it would be through Gabriel Jesus holding the ball up. And I think Arteta let the team down today with the substitutions. Zinchenko should have come up, because the second half, there's no way you can do the inverting midfield stuff. And as soon as you can do that, then it'll be difficult for Zinchenko to get into the game. And I think at 65 minutes, as a manager, you should make a decision. You look at the second half, you're struggling to get the ball. It was tough, your backs are against the wall. I think as a coach, you should make a decision. Do you go for the third goal and try and get the third goal and kill off the tie and make it 3-1? Or do you just decide to sit back and hang on and see if you can get the 2-1 result? I think you should make an attacking substitution, whether that is an attacking midfielder or a winger or an attacking left back like Tierney. Or if you're making a decision that you want to hang on for the 2-1, and then you have to make a more defensive minded substitution. That is maybe bringing in Jorginho to slow the game down, or bringing maybe a Tierney also that is much more stronger defensively than Zinchenko. So yeah, he was caught in two minds. He didn't know whether to stick or twist. He didn't know whether to go for it or hang on. at the end of the day, he was a little bit confused, and that got through to the team. And I think the team, like the manager, just at the end of the day, we just kind of like run out of ideas, and then Liverpool got the goal and got the draw. And Ramsdale made some crucial saves, some fantastic saves, and that last save on the end from Konate was magnificent. And at the end of the day, we could have won it, but we are also grateful for the draw, I would say. So yeah, disappointing, like I said. Disappointed with the draw. Feels like a loss, absolutely. But I think later on in the season, we'll determine if that really is a point gain or 2 points dropped. Just quickly, I just want to say that's concerning the manager, regarding the manager and the substitution. And you look at the January transfer. Trossard definitely is a good buy. It's a good transfer. We all know that. But the Jorginho and the Kivio was the one that was on question, and many of our fans say it's a good window. When you look at the game yesterday, Xhaka was on a yellow card. Your midfielders, the three midfielders, were not having good games. Like it wasn't one of their good games, you know. And Xhaka was on a yellow, and Odegaard was struggling. And you're looking at the coach to say, okay, what are the signings in January? You made a midfield signing in January, an experienced midfielder like Jorginho. You would think that the game of yesterday, your January signing, the midfielder, would have been able to come on and had an impact on the game, because that's what January transfers are for, to make impact. So you look at the game yesterday, if you really think that the midfield signing was a good one, then he should be coming on yesterday. I'm sorry, he should. But you can see that the manager knew deep down that he couldn't trust him, especially in this kind of game. Fast game, fast pace. Jorginho cannot cope. He knows, everybody knows, this is not the game for Jorginho. But this is why you have to look at the signing, because if you had signed somebody with a little bit more pace, a little bit more power, you know, aggression, physicality, then yesterday would have been a perfect game. But I know that, you know, most of you will say it wasn't our first target, we couldn't get the first target. Well, I think your first target and your second target, the drop-off in qualities in terms of what you're looking at, there shouldn't be too much gap in quality in terms of what you're looking at. So I think if your number one target is the level is here, then the second target, the level will be somewhere here. It shouldn't be down in terms of, I'm talking pace, physicality, you know, aggression, mobile with legs, you know. And yeah, that was the kind of game yesterday that he needed all these qualities, and this is not one of the qualities you say about Jorginho. Well, I think you still should have brought Jorginho on just to see if you can slow the game down. But overall, this is not the kind of game for Jorginho, so the manager just felt he couldn't trust him. And yeah, and if you look at the centre-back, Kivio, should you have gone for a more ready-made centre-back that is maybe a Premier League proven centre-back? I don't know, you could say maybe you would have gone for something like that, because yesterday, I think bringing on Kivio actually disrupt the back four. I personally don't think the centre-back substitution was needed yesterday. I don't think so. I think they were defending set pieces very well. The back four was defending crosses very well. it was going great. It was good. Bringing on Kiefer yesterday didn't really made a huge difference on the back four. It didn't. So yeah, he came on, and it looks like the back four, they got worse. We end up conceding the goal just after he came on. So yeah, disappointing, but like I said, we move on, and hopefully we can bounce back, and I think we will bounce back against West Ham. It won't be easy, but I think we will. The manager, I'm sure he will be the first person to look at himself on the mirror and see that he didn't help himself yesterday, he didn't help the team, and he could have done a whole lot better yesterday. And like I said, our senior players weren't good. They weren't good, and it didn't help the team. The young players were looking for them for inspiration, and then they didn't help the team at all. So yeah, that's the final thought on the game. Let's just quickly touch on some transfer stories that is doing the rounds ever since the game on Sunday. And we'll start up with following Balogun, and he scored again on Sunday. Scored a late penalty, and to salvage a 2-2 draw for his team in French League, Rams. He has moved level with Glenn Hoddle, the England legend, in terms of English players playing in French League. Glenn Hoddle got, I think he got 18 goals in the 1988-89 season, and Balogun has just equaled that record. And I think Glenn Hoddle got that 18 goals playing for as a wingers AS Monaco. Yeah. So yeah, Balogun is doing well now. The reporters come out from The Athletic, David Ornstein, the ever reliable David Ornstein. I think he put out a report that Balogun will have 2 years remaining on his contract. That in the summer, he wouldn't want to extend the deal, not because of Arsenal or not relating to Arsenal, but because of the contractual length of Gabriel Jesus and Edin Ketia, who obviously are above him at the pecking order right now. So because of that, he wouldn't be looking to extend the contract. It's understandable. Look, he's now playing first in football. He has tasted first in football, and now he wants more, and you can't blame him. So many clubs are after him: AS Monaco, Marseille, RB Leipzig, the 2 Milan clubs, and yeah, and it looks like these clubs are willing to offer him first in football, which obviously will be difficult for us to offer him at the moment. My personal thought on the situation is that for me, in terms of actual skill and ability, I rate Balogun more than Edin Ketia. I think Balogun has more to his game than Edin Ketia. He's good with both feet. He can hold the ball up. His League Cup play is good. He's good. He can link up very well. His change of pace, turn on pace is good. He has a great shot on him. It's a no-brainer. I'll let Eddie go, and I'll keep Balogun and tell him, look, you can battle with Jesus as a second choice striker. Battle with Jesus. You and Jesus go head to head next season. But knowing the manager, Eddie is one of his favorites, so I don't think the manager will do that. So that's why I think they're going to cash in on him this summer. Edu, if you're going to cash in on him this summer, then you should include a buyback clause or first refusal, something of that nature, because a player of his talent, you shouldn't let go that easily. And also, if you're letting go, you should be getting at least minimum 50 million pounds for him. If he was a French player playing in the French league, banging in 18 goals, everybody will be talking about 60-70 million euros for him. So I think we should be getting not less than 50 million pounds for Balogun. Hopefully he can stay. I want him to stay, and I want him to sign a new deal. And I think we can really make use of his talent, because if you look at the striker market, there are no strikers. That's why these clubs, they want him. If you look at AS Monaco, they will definitely want somebody like him. Look at AC Milan. Giroud is getting older, and I think he can really do well there. That's it for Balogun. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see what the club do in the summer. Sky in Germany, Florian Plattenberg, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I think so, yeah. He's reporting that Ryan Gravenberch, ex-Ajax player, Dutch international, that we are looking at him, but apparently we have not started negotiations yet. As you know, Bayern sacked Julian Nagelsmann, who was their former coach. He didn't play much. I think he missed out on the World Cup squad for the Dutch national team. Yeah, Sky in Germany are reporting very strongly that we are linked with him, and also a little transfer rumor. There's a guy that plays in Brazilian league, plays for Atletico Paranaense, I think. Yeah, and his name is Vitor Roque. I've done what everybody usually does. As you all know, I've gone to YouTube and checked some of his clips, and I have to say the guy is really, really good. The guy is deemed the next R9. So the guy has pace, he can hold the ball up, he has quick feet, he's good with both feet, has a good shot. As far as young players, Brazilians are concerned, I think he's the real deal. So yeah, apparently Barcelona was the front favorite for him at the beginning, but with the financial issues that Barca are having and all that, and it seems that Barca pulled out of the race, and now between Chelsea and Arsenal in the race to sign him. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I think it's good, and I think it's one of those young players similar to Martinelli that if they come, they will quickly move up to the first team immediately, because they have huge potentials. So yeah, I think it's good. I think we should go for him. But the money they are quoting, as do all Brazilian clubs these days with their youngsters, 50 million euros for him. That is a huge money. That is a lot of money for a 17-year-old kid. But you know, the game is the game these days. You just have to pay up. I think the guy will be worth the money. If Edu can make it happen, fingers crossed on that one. So yeah, the guys at Footy Headlines, who are pretty much reliable, very reliable, I should say, in terms of bringing out the leaks, images of the kids, and I think they pretty much brought out the 3 leaked images. I personally like the home one. I think it's good. The third kit is the one that I don't really fancy. The green, I don't fancy the green at all. Yeah, it's not good. But I don't know, maybe some of you like it, I don't know. But yeah, what I would say about this kit is all these 3 kits, as with every other kit, when you look at it on the phone, it doesn't really, you know, you're not really you think, okay, maybe I don't fully buy into it, but when they come out and when you touch it and you feel it and you see it with your eyes, and more often than not you have a different perspective to it, you seem drawn into it. So hopefully we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the kit. So yeah, but that's the 3 pretty much confirmed kits that we'll be using now for the 2023-2024 season. Just to pretty much round up the other little news that I've been doing the rounds. Eddie is back in training, back in full training. I remember Arteta in his press conference said something before the Liverpool game. His press conference on Friday, they asked him, do you think Saliba will be fit for this game? He said, we have 2 players injured and one is closer to returning to first team training. Let's see how he trains tomorrow, which is Saturday before the game. And they asked him, so which of the players is that? He said, I can tell you. And he gave a little smile, and then everybody thought, okay, maybe Saliba, maybe he'll be fit, maybe it's William Saliba, maybe he'll be fit for the game, maybe he'll be ready just in time for the Liverpool game. And it wasn't to be. And now today, the pictures have come out that Eddie Nketiah has resumed first team training. So obviously he's definitely referring to Eddie Nketiah when he was saying one is close to returning, but I can't tell you who that is. So unfortunately, it wasn't what we were thinking. It wasn't William Saliba, unfortunately. And that brings me nicely to the Saliba news. Reports are coming out of England today that he's getting worrying now. It doesn't seem to be ready. It doesn't seem that he'll be ready enough in time for the West Ham game. And they're saying that this injury is looking pretty serious, that Arsenal are really worried. And it's typical Arsenal, isn't it? You know, this time of the season that we need all our players fit, 8 games to go, fully fit squad, give it a go, 8 games to see if we can clinch this title, and then one of our most important player and just have an injury. And it's really disappointing. I really hope that he can come back sooner or later, because we need Saliba back. Rob Holding has been doing a good job. You see, the other day he had a decent game against Liverpool, gave a penalty away. So, and even though Salah ended up missing the penalty, but you could see that one moment like that can cost the team. So despite the fact that Rob Holding has been doing a good job, I think we need Saliba back. We do. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Saliba can be ready enough for the game. I really hope so anyways, because we really need him for the remaining 8 games of the season. Yeah, hopefully he'll be back very soon. And then just to round up the news, the Athletic are reporting that a group of Premier League clubs are having a conversation with the Premier League about this nation states owning clubs in the Premier League. And you look at the Man City owners, you look at the Newcastle owners, and the potential Qatari owners that want to take over Manchester United. So apparently, some Premier League clubs are holding conversations with the Premier League, with the FA. The report has come out that Arsenal's vice chairman, Tim Lewis, is at the forefront of this group of Premier League clubs that are in conversation, I beg your pardon, with the Premier League FA, to see if we can more or less put a stop to this state-owned ownership. It's not a surprise, given the fact that, you know, there's no way Arsenal will be able to compete with the state-owned clubs. Obviously, Tim Lewis is at the forefront of the group of clubs that are in negotiations. I keep on saying negotiations. Beg your pardon. Conversations with the Premier League FA to try and look into that. And yeah, it's understandable given the Crown case, given the fact that they know they definitely can compete with the state-owned clubs. That is the roundup of the news. As you can see, a lot of work is needed on the channel, a lot of editing still to do. If you enjoy the content, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. And I hope that I didn't bore you with my waffling too much. But anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, guys.